here. This is the Magic the PowerPointing. This is the first episode of Magic the PowerPointing. They retired the wrong format, extended. As Magic players, we're kind of lucky. We're one of the only multi-formatted games out there. We got Standard, we got Pioneer, we got Modern, we got Legacy, we got Vintage, we got Commander, we got Pauper. We even have Limited that you can crack backs and play them. But we also have other formats that people are trying to come up with and play with, like pre-modern and other things. But we didn't always have that. Back in 1995, we started with Type 1 and Type 2. Type 2 was a rotating format that the requirements changed frequently, but it started with Revised, the Dark, and Fallen Empire. Now, the Standard is more vast. It has 3 years of sets and lots of sets within those 3 years. Standard did have a ban list, but not a lot of cards got banned. Vintage Type 1, a non-rotating format, which people would call Eternal, had a restricted list and a ban list, but it also came with another format called Legacy not long after. But the Magic card pool started getting more vast, and it started being harder for cards that rotated or got banned from Standard to go into gameplay of Vintage. So let's say you wanted to play Shieldred or Vivi. I love playing Shieldred, but Shieldred got rotated out of Standard. Vivi got banned from Standard. I can't play Vivi or Shieldred from any other formats. Let's make a format that those cards can be played in. So they started creating formats that solved for X. Extended, which is what this video is about. Modern, Frontier, and Pioneer. We'll get more into that, but these were formats that would allow players to play the cards that were out of Standard but not ready to be in Vintage and Legacy. Extended was established in 1997 because they saw that problem 2 years later, so they called it Type 1.5, a rotating format of 4 years a set that ended up being retired in 2013. Modern was its Extended's predecessor, made in May 19th, 2011, established with 28 sets that spanned over 8 years. But there was still a card problem, a solve for X, that cards were rotating out of Standard at the time and weren't strong enough for Modern. So there was a player-created format called Frontier. This was like the predecessor of Pioneer and what Pioneer was going to look like. But it was established in September of 2016 by a few stores in Japan and face-to-face in Toronto. In October 21st, 2019, wotc finally agreed that the cards that were coming out of Standard weren't going directly to Modern, so they created a format called Pioneer. It was 31 sets, vasting over 7 years, and it was a great format. Some people may say it's currently retired, but it's not. But it still has the same solve for X issue that at some point Pioneer is going to be too powerful that Standard cards will not be able to crack into it. Standard's rotation was always a confusing thing because it constantly changed. It started out pretty simple with Revised, the Dark, and Fallen Empires, but when Standard was made originally, there was 3 sets to every block. So you could say there was 2 blocks and the most recent core set. But now, Standard is now going towards Extended's rotation, a 3-year rotation, when Extended was 4. So I digress. Extended should be reinstated for multiple points. We still need to solve what players need to do with their cards that rotate out of Standard and can't go into any other format. We need to stop creating these new formats that don't rotate because they won't let those cards breathe. And currently, Standard is basically extended, missing one full year of the rotation that was extended back in 2013 when it got retired. Well, that was the first episode of Magic the PowerPointing. Tell me what you think in the comments. Peace and love.